And I'm live. I wasn't sure if I was going to make it because I got kind of tired. And sometimes you just get to that point in the day where you go, I don't know, too too tired to set up the whole thing to go online because you do. You have to set up, unless like somebody who's in perfect world that looks perfect and doesn't have to have a light and and then my pets. So how I wish I could be one of those people who could just go live wherever I am and in perfect world, probably highly Botoxed. But I have no Botox, so I gotta have the light and the. But here I am, and hello everyone, and I hope that no one is in the path of these storms. I have storms just west of me. I think Topeka is getting, yeah, Topeka's kind of getting hit. The storms here, we're in it too a little bit in Kansas City. Looks like we're going to get some rain. So hopefully nothing worse than that. I'm kind of sick of this severe weather. It's just always having to look over your shoulder. And like I said yesterday, it was all day. There was a threat of a storm all day. And then that little cell would disappear. Whew. And then there's another one. And I'm just getting really tired of it because, yeah, trees and electricity and all sorts of things. It's not fun to have to worry about that stuff. And then I've got pets, and the kids are with their dad right now. So, but like I said, and I'm not laughing at this because I actually feel really bad. A tree, when that last storm we had, a tree fell on his house, and he lost power, so no air conditioning, and he had to buy a portable air conditioner. So no electricity, no air conditioning. I don't know what he's doing, but they're with him now. So like the funny thing is when the kids leave me to go stay with him, the general consensus is that, oh yeah, mom, we'll miss you, but dad buys us fast food and like restaurant. He takes them out to eat, and he's got all this fast internet and all this stuff, and it's like the exact opposite is happening, which I feel really bad, and I hope that everything's well. They seem to be bearing with it pretty well. I told them that they can come over here once in a while and get air conditioning if they need. I just paid the electric bill. And thank you for the donations, everyone. Um, I feel lately like I'm a tither or a someone in the corner. Please, they have a farthing. May I have a farthing? They have a penny. So a pen's a penny, a farthing. Thank you guys. Thank you, all of you who have donated. I think Jamie, Carolyn, and Loretta. So thank you very much for donating. I appreciate that very much, and all who have bought readings in the past few weeks. I really appreciate that, and sincerely, it's helped me to eat and pay little bills, and so that's wonderful. So thank you very much. I think that what's going to happen is over time we are, a lot of us, going to make money on the internet, because AI is going to take over a lot of jobs. Now, the job I have, it's a part-time job in a dinner theater. That's never going to be taken over. They're always going to want the human touch. The problem is, do I want to be there forever? Because it's a lot of drama in that place. I don't know if I can handle it. Um, yes, drama. It goes along the drama, off the stage and on the stage. But yeah, AI is going to take over. And what I really think that we should focus on in the future is, and this is just a random show, and there's really no topic on this show, as if I ever stay on the topic. But I think in the future, the very near future to be exact, we have self checkout machines. Gas is self checkout. All our essentials, groceries are self checkout. Pretty soon, like I said, the doctor's office, you'll go get scanned and it'll laser heal you and find your hot and cold spots and your blood pressure and all that stuff, and masses and cancers, and you'll have laser healing and take this medicine and medicine dispensary and things like. So eventually everything's going to be mechanized in AI, and I really think that what we need to do is find out how to make money online. And a lot of people are going to go to old world trades, like we're still going to need carpenters and what they call it, the blacksmith, the smithers, and smithy, as they'd say, builders, concrete pourers, gardeners. You're always going to need gardeners, landscapers. So a lot of those very earthy um, trades, uh, and especially the creative musicians, artists, mural painters, architects, a lot of these things are going to be needed because AI is going to take over all the other stuff. So we need to really think about, and we also need to think about, and we should do this. And I know it sounds, a lot of people hate this idea, uh, but like in other countries, I don't know if it's Sweden, somebody does this where they already have a income that they give people to live off of. And I know people, I know not you guys, or maybe you do, and that's okay. But people think that that's like mooching off the government. But I see it as it's a natural solution for what's going to come, the AI. You want people to be able to live in a home and eat and contribute to the economy, and to be healthy. And so I think it's really going to have to happen where we all receive a certain amount of money every month and we put it back into the economy. We go out to eat, we go to the store, go to the museums, buy the books, buy the clothes. It really, to me, it makes sense. I think that's what we're going to have to do. And I just hope people can get over the whole thing of, well, that's mooching off the government. But it's not really, because we give them our tax money. Do we not? We've given them our tax money for many, many, many years. So I think it makes sense for people to receive it, a livable, not a wage. Yes, there's that, but I'm talking about an actual money given to people, citizens, and then they put it back into the economy. I think, to me, it makes total sense. AI is going to take over, so whatever. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to write a book with all these sort of predictions that I have, and I should get on that. Maybe tomorrow. It's tomorrow. I'll do it tomorrow, said the Taurus. So let me see. Okay. Yeah. I should text. I should let people know I'm on. Okay. Well, anyway, you guys could see that I'm on, and you could watch the replay. So I'll talk about politics and 45 wanting to end his gag order. And the thing about wanting to erase a gag or end a gag order, why he wants to do that is because he's just dying to slam. Like he said, he wants to talk about Robert De Niro. That tickles me because Robert De Niro, he's not his character in Taxi Driver. He's a real human being. He's a great actor. He studied under Strasberg, I think. He was this acting coach, which I find fascinating. He had an acting coach. Strasberg, right? Lee Strasberg. So he's a verified actor. He's not his character in Taxi Driver. He's not his character in Raging Bull. But he is a little bit. What he is a very sensitive Democrat, liberal, very artistic, creative person, a free spirit. And the opposite of 45, who, he doesn't know how to really be free. He doesn't know art unless it has gold on it. And so he thinks that this character from Taxi Driver hates him and is trying to, and humiliated him in New York. Well, Robert De Niro is a true bona fide New Yorker. And anyway, he wants Judge Merchan to end the gag order so he can go after Robert De Niro. Now, he could go after, actually, the thing is, he can go after Robert De Niro right now. I don't know why he mentioned that in the whole gag order thing. He can go after him right now. It's Michael Cohen that he can't go after. He's dying to do that. And it's the jurors he can't go after. It's the, Stormy Daniels he can't go after. And Michael Cohen and his family have already been doxxed, unfortunately, which Michael Cohen should sue. He should sue 45. 45 tried to sue him a while back for $500 million, didn't he? Try to sue Michael Cohen for an enormous amount of money, and finally it got dropped, thank God, because Trump wouldn't show up for the deposition. And it's just crazy. So I think Michael Cohen should sue 45 because he already mentioned him. Here's the thing. So I've said, I believe I said yesterday that one reason why Mershon has 45, I hate saying his name, 45 on this month-long probation is to see if he should go to jail. Is to see if he can handle a trial period probation. That's why it's a month long. He could have sentenced him already. I mean, I don't know if he had the court time to do that, but it is a trial probation. And 45 has already violated the gag order. He already missed his first uh, probation meeting in the upper floors of the courthouse. So it's not looking good. And I really think that's why it's taking a while. While Judge Mershon really wants to see how he does, well, he's not going to do well. So he's not going to do well. And the fact that he wants to call the shots, 45 wants to call the shots and say, can't we just get rid of this awful gag order? No, we can't, because it's part of the trial period of your probation. So yeah, he's not going to end the gag order. He's not going to. Judge Mershon's not going to do that. And 45's just going to have to sit on his hands and be a good little boy and deal with it. So it's going to be a long month for him. Now, what's the other thing that happened? Look at my phone. MTG. I was talking on Threads. I talked about MTG today and her vile behavior to Dr. Fauci. She really shouldn't be in the Senate. Isn't she in the Senate? She is such, I hate to say it, but there's something wrong with MTG. I think it's alcohol. I think it's drugs. I think it's steroids. I think it's just all the above. She has control issues, anger issues, daddy issues. She's just a messed up human being and has no control. And somebody was talking about how her mental, some mental things that they noticed with her. And I said, it's true. When someone joins the Army, they have to do a mental test. You have to do an eye test, a physical test, and you also have to do like a quiz of how much you know about government or America, whatever it is. And then you also have to do it's like an IQ test, but you also have to do a mental test, right? I think my brother joined the Army and I think he had to do that. So why should anybody who runs for Senate, any office, especially a high position, and especially president, why should they not have to pass a mental fitness test? Now we know 45 uses Ronnie Jackson to fudge up all his health tests, so he's probably fudged his up. But I think that for every candidate running for president, they should pass the bar. They should have passed the bar, so a legal exam. They should pass the citizenship test. They should have a certain amount of hours of community service, and they should have to pass a mental test, verified by maybe 2 or 3 doctors. Now I know 45 did that man, women, camera, TV thing, which, to be honest, when I looked at that whole test, it was a little bit like, geez, because I'm dyslexic a little bit, so I hate stuff like that. But I do think a president who is in charge of our top secret security documents, the nuclear button, I think that they should have to pass a really difficult mental acuity test. That was a long rambling that I just did. So, yeah, MTG, she's got issues. The way that she hounds people and goes after them, it really tells me that she's on a substance, because people don't do that in their natural process. People don't just go after a high schooler who had a school shot up and follow them and say, why are you trying to get rid of the guns? Joe, why are you trying to get rid of the gun? You don't go knock on people's door in the Senate, in the House, the halls of the Capitol building and go, I see you're in there. Didn't she do that? MTG did that. She stalks people and hounds them, and she makes up science and conspiracy theories. So I kind of wish that MTG would have a 3 strikes you're out thing, and that she definitely yesterday would have, uh, like, maybe a suspension for her behavior. Like, you have to have certain decorum, and certainly shouldn't be able to interview people on the panel who are brought in to, cross-examine. She MTG should have lost her rights a long time ago. Her anger issues, her mental issues, her lack of knowledge, her lies. And yeah, why don't they do drug tests? I don't understand it. So, what else? What else? I will keep going on topics. Le topic. Um, check the weather again. So that happened. Now, I will say something about Dr. Fauci that people may not like. But when I heard that he was okay with animals being tested in the labs, I liked him less after that, because I think the animal testing, I know that, we have to do testing on living beings before they use it on humans, but at the same time, there's a lot of humans out there who are perfectly fine with making money in a testing lab, and you don't have to use innocent animals anymore. So I kind of don't like Dr. Fauci as much as other people do. I don't see him as a hero like other people do, but that's just my opinion, and not one that should be, taken to heart. That's just my thing. I just kind of lost a little respect for him when I found out about that. Okay, topics. Le topic. Because it is getting late, I know I won't be on here too long, but I wanted to make a video about the topics, the politics of the day. We had Alex Jones crying, like, seriously crying, or was it fake tears? Was it crocodile tears? Because they're going to take away his $1 million ranch house wherever in Hawaii or something. Like, any of us would ever be able to live in a huge beach house in Hawaii. And he makes money to live there off of the lies and the abuse of these Sandy Hook families who lost their children, and he made up these conspiracy theories. Probably because the NRA, for entertainment purposes only, probably funds him. So, Alex Jones and his crocodile tears. Oh, they're coming up. See how the Republicans and the GOP, see how they cry when they get suffer consequences for their own actions, but they will say the worst things and laugh at immigrants and children and shooting victims. They're perfectly fine with that. They'll laugh about it, cry harder libs. But when they have to pay for their consequences, they get mad. He's had 2 years, and they haven't put him in jail. This guy has moved his money around like Giuliani's trying to do, and he's gotten away with it, and now he's crying. Well, I don't feel bad. I don't feel bad for him. What's the next thing? Very similar is, okay, Bannon. So apparently he has to sit in front of Judge Merchan, the same judge who just did the trial with 45 for the Stormy Daniels hush money case. So, that Bannon's like, this is all rigged. This is all, but no. And he's gotten away again, like Alex Jones, 2 years of him not serving his, maybe it's been a year, not going to jail. It's like, okay, we'll talk about, maybe you'll go to jail. Maybe. Why are these guys not in jail already? I don't understand it. It's the craziest thing. So, they avoid. It's the Jesse James gang avoiding all consequences. So, anything else? We have Lady Gaga might be pregnant. I think she probably is. And good for her. I'm happy for her. What else? I don't know if there's anything else. Marjorie Taylor Greene to force Biden impeachment vote. They already tried. And they didn't have any reason to do it. They admitted they had no evidence to impeach President Biden. That was something Mike Johnson said today. They asked him at a conference about, oh God, I wish I could find it. It was the Midas Touch talked about it. They showed, okay, so Mike Johnson today and the other MAGA Republicans, um, about how he said he was going to try to overturn and use the Senate or whatever, the Supreme Court to overturn the verdict with the trial for 45. And then he turned it on President Biden and said President Biden was the worst president we've ever had. Like, that's not even close to like Nixon. Nixon was way worse. I mean, I could think of a lot of presidents who, like Joe Biden is an angel. Is he perfect? I'm sure he's not perfect. But to say that President Biden is the worst president we've ever had, that is just insane. Yeah, Nixon comes to mind as one of the worst presidents we've ever had. So I wish I could show you. Look it up on the Midas Touch. They show this clip of Mike Johnson and others, and their body language was insane. The guilt and it was insane. So go look it up and watch that. I'll try to put it on my community page. And anything else that's going on. There's so much going on. Oh, there's Linda. I see Linda and Andre are on right there. We love Andre, and we love Linda. We love Andre. But I'm trying to look for news right now. I can't think of anything else. There's just so much. The news is that all the Republicans are freaking out because 45's in trouble and they can't do anything. They really can't do anything about it. And I heard something today. The Supreme Court can't overturn a New York case. This is a state case. They can't turn it over. They can't do that. Yeah, it's bothering the heck. They're trying to figure out how to do it, but they can't. They can't do it. They can't overturn it. 45 has to deal with this. Oh, and he can't pardon himself. So if 45 were to become president, which he won't, he can't pardon himself. It's a state case. It's not a federal case. So I thought that was really interesting. And he's screwed. This was the case of all cases, and there's more to come. I know that the Georgia case is now delayed because of the stupid appeal with the whole Fani Willis thing. And then the Jack Smith thing with Eileen Cannon, that's delayed. They've done it on purpose. They're hoping to get to the election and overturn everything, which they can't. And you can't overturn the American public. And even this whole thing with Alito, where Alito was supposed to take the false electors and put them in and certify the false electors and make 45 president in 2020. That was the plan. Well, guess what? He couldn't do it. It didn't happen, and it's not going to happen in 2024. He couldn't do it then. It's not going to happen in 2024. They may try. There may even be another stupid insurrection, a very weak, failing insurrection, because they're just dying for another insurrection. It's like their Woodstock is this insurrection. 4 years have gone by. Time for the annual insurrection. Well, go ahead and try. It's not going to work. What if liberals had I'm not saying do this, but what if liberals came there and had, let's say, a party, a huge gathering, not an insurrection, because we don't agree with those. But what if we had a huge party there, and then all these MAGA people showed up and we're like, gosh darn it, we're outnumbered, and they're just so gosh darn happy. And what if we had signs of peace and we threw flowers at them and gave them hugs? Maybe we should do that. We'll call it the anti-insurrection. I think we should do that. Oh, there's my baby. It's my baby. What else? Anything else? So yeah, Mike Johnson, total traitor, total Benedict Arnold. I thought that maybe Pence or Bannon or whoever, Giuliani, would be the Benedict Arnold, but I think that it's actually Mike Johnson is the Benedict Arnold. I really do. He has proven himself to be a puppet for 45. it's embarrassing. It's really embarrassing. I feel like it is. So what else? Okay, so that's the politics society. That's so bright. I'm gonna do this and just be. Well, that's too dark. The lighting in this house is terrible. Um, yeah. Okay, so here's something completely different topic. Because I won't be on here long. I just wanted to make a video for everyone and say hello and thank you for the donations. Thank you, my beautiful friends. Thank you so much. It did let me buy a steak at Aldi. You know what Aldi is? I bought a steak at Aldi and I devoured it. Kieran and I devoured it. So thank you. Um, I put gas in the car. And let me tell you something. Okay, so I was getting gas and it was a roadside gas station. There's like a corner. There's a corner area with the busy traffic. And then right next to the gas station was a tire place. Keep that in mind. So I get out of my car and I'm starting to pump the gas. I already had the car, did all the stuff. Pumping the gas and I hear this crunch sound and like this pop and this crunch. And then tire squealing. And I look to my left and on the road on my left is a car that's front wheel just popped off. So I think the axle broke. I've never seen anything like that in person. I thought, did he hit the curb? Did someone hit him? No, I think just the axle broke. It was the weirdest sound. And he was okay. Inside, I checked, he was okay. But I thought, that is so strange. The weirdest stuff is happening lately to everyone. But a gas station right here, a tire fixing place right here, his angels were there with him because if he had been on the highway, he would have died, honestly, and could have taken some other people out with him. It was the perfect place for it to happen. And I thought, a lot of times we have these terrible, like, tower events in our life, and we say, why did this happen? And why now? It actually was, for him especially, it was arranged perfect timing because that was going to happen. That event was going to happen to him, but it happened in the right place in the right time for him to get the help he needed. So, and survive. So it's good to remember that sometimes where we have these things, and also timing where we say, I can't find my keys. There's always that moment when I can't find my keys or whatever, my purse or whatever. And I think, I hate being late for work, but maybe this is saving me from an accident and my angels are delaying me on purpose. And I really believe that. And that's the best way to look at it because I really feel like these things are done on purpose to us. So divine intervention is what they call it. I'm drinking berry tea. So I love tea. Um, Anything else? What's going on in Z World? I had a thought about just randomly thinking about Paul McCartney, and I don't know why I got on. I saw a picture of Paul and Linda, and I've talked about them before. And then I thought, okay, so Paul had Linda, and then she died, and then he married Heather Mills, and I thought, isn't it weird that he marries women with the same name that, like, from his children or people that he's known? It's just weird. He marries a lot or dates a lot of people with like the same name or same look. But anyway, Heather Mills, and so what my thought process was, okay, Linda was obviously like a soulmate, this beautiful soul, and she was an earth angel. And I feel like his mother sent Linda Eastman, who became his wife, Linda McCartney, to him. His mother in heaven, who died of cancer when he was a child, she sent Linda McCartney, Linda, who became Linda McCartney. Okay, anyway, a beautiful marriage, beautiful partnership, artistry together, beautiful. And then she passes and he meets Heather Mills, and that was a karmic. And karmics are those horrible, rough soul, lessons in life that teach us a lot. They're usually really bad relationships, but they teach us a lot. And now he's with, I think her name is Mary, right? Mary. She's a cousin of Barbara Walters. Uh, and then I thought, oh, his mother. Again, I think that Paul's mother sent his current wife. No, I think his current wife is his mother reincarnated. That's what I think it is. It's a very gentle, very symbiotic, or what do you call it, sympathetic, very happy. They coexist together perfectly. It's not like the passion and artistry of him and Linda. It's not like that. But it is a beautiful relationship, a beautiful healing, sweet relationship. And I'm getting chills now as I say it. I think that it's his mother reincarnated. And if you look at her, their dark hair, sort of her features, you can see his mother. So I don't know if Paul realizes that, but I really think that that's what's going on. He married his mother, but that's what happens, and that's what I was talking about last night with the whole twin flame thing. Um, so yeah, Paul married his mother. Um, what is her name? Let's look this up. Paul McCartney's current wife. Let's see. I think her name is Mary, but I could be wrong about that. Sir Paul McCartney. Paul McCartney, current wife. Nancy. Okay, her name is Nancy Chevelle, but I do think it's his mother reincarnated. I really do. Interesting how that happens. um, and she just loves him. She loves him. Yeah. Okay, well, I don't know if I have anything else to say. I've got this weather coming. I think I'll pull a card for everyone. And I want to say again that I pray everyone's healthy and safe in these storms. And remember that to put a rose, remember I said that I got the card from Archangel Michael that said put a rose of protection over your house, yourself. So let's envision right now. Take a breath in and out. And envision a rose. This big, huge rose. And right now it's June, so there's roses out there. And they do symbolize the spiritual rose that's over all of us. And I do, and it's, speaking of Mary, Mother Mary, symbolizes Mother Mary, who protects us too. And so this beautiful big rose of protection over our house, over our family, over ourselves, our town, and it absorbs all this chaotic storm energy and the energy of the world. And we are in the soft sweetness and the perfume of the rose, and we are protected. And I just remembered that I've just put on rose lotion, so that's interesting that I did that. And we are protected. The storms will dissipate. And I also visualize a pink, like pink petals in the storm. Like I say pink Pepto-Bismol in the storm, diffusing, calming, coating with a syrup. We are protected. Our homes are protected. Archangel Michael, God, Mother Mary, Jesus, Divine Source, please protect all beings of love, light, and divine. Please protect everyone in the path of the storm. We are protected. And just remember that you are protected. You have guardians, legions of angels protecting you. So let's see. We have pull a card for everyone watching. Playfulness. Playfulness and lots of angels. Remember to play and be happy. Remember to play music. Remember to watch funny movies and go outside and watch the lightning bugs. I went outside last night after a live and I was watching lightning bugs and I saw one that had I've never seen this before, a really particular, like a strobe flash. It wasn't that slow, like lightning bugs have that pattern. It was like a strobe. And I started to think, what the heck, is that a lightning bug? Because sometimes you wonder, you wonder what's like aliens or what have you, what's among us. I don't know. It was strange. I should post the video because it was definitely different. Anything else? But yeah, go out and watch lightning bugs. Go out and just sit in the beautiful, this is the only time of year where it's going to be beautiful like this. We're going to have the solstice and then it's going to get hot There's going to be mosquitoes everywhere. And right now is the time to just sit and bask in the beauty of the earth in the evening. And this, I get this one a lot, self-acceptance. So, yeah. Our angels accept us and we are perfect to them and they love us and they think we're absolutely beautiful. So we need to remember that. It's hard, but we need to remember that. And not just beauty on the inside, that, who cares about that, but on the inside too. And that we are worthy. We are worthy and we are, yeah. Healer, you have the spiritual gift of healing and a desire to share it with others. That's true. I think that's true. Healing. And it shows a doctor with wings. Of course, I always think of Archangel Raphael. So I'm sending healing out to everyone. And justice. Your career brings fairness and protection to others who need your help. Well, I think that goes along with a lot of the politics and talking about all the things going on, because even though some people think that 45 has been vilified and this is unfair and it's a witch hunt, it's really part of his, I've said this before, a lot of what's happening to him is to help him as a human being, his soul, so that he doesn't pass to the other side and have all this horrible karma that's like hell, where he has a soul that can't be saved. This is to help heal his soul now. So when he passes to the other side, he is on the healing journey. So I know people think, oh, it's a witch hunt. They're coming after him all the time. He didn't do these things. He did. He did really horrible things, this life and others. And it's actually really good that he's facing justice right now and being held accountable, even though he doesn't think so and his family doesn't think so. But it's really good for him. We don't wish him harm, but dealing with the justice now in his life and being held accountable, these are all really good things for him. Truly. And music, which I know we all love music. Your connection to music is healing for yourself and others. That is so true. Very true. And then that includes classical music. So, and I was going to say, okay, so so I don't pay for Sirius in my car. I actually have thought about it, because for $9 a month, I could drop one of my subscriptions, and I've dropped almost all of them, but like on Disney or whatever, I have Disney so I can watch Beatles, but I could drop those. I don't drink Starbucks, so I can't drop that. But something that, an extra expense every month I would drop so I could have Sirius in my car, because there's this channel called The Bridge. And as I've said, my connection to John, there's the bridge connection, and it's the Verrazano Bridge in Staten Island. Okay, so I've told you that story. And then the number 9. Well, so this channel that I found on Sirius, so every year on Memorial Day, they have Memorial Weekend free music on Sirius radio in cars. Okay, I figured this out last year, and then again this year on Memorial Day it was free, and I was like, oh, let me get my favorite channel. It's called The Bridge. It's called The Bridge, and what is the number? It's 27, which is 9. That's John's number, and so that doesn't surprise me. And one of my favorite channels locally is called The Bridge, and it's 909. You see how John works? You see how it is? 909 in Warrensburg, Kansas City, The Bridge. It's one of my favorite channels. And so my other favorite channel is The Bridge, not number 9 on Sirius. So it was free last week, and I'm like, yes. So listen to it, and John plays, I get out of work and he plays number 9 Dream. Anyway, but then I was like, oh, but the channel's going to go away because Memorial Day weekend's over. It hasn't gone away. It's still there. It's still there in my car. So there's that music thing, there's that bridge thing, and the number 9. Yeah, I think that's pretty funny how he does that. Why am I itching? I don't know. I'm allergic. I have allergies, so. And also, I'm a very fidgety person. Anyway, love you guys. I think that's about it. Thanks for watching. I'm going to drink my tea and chill and watch some TV and then watch these storms. So, again, everyone stay safe. Picture that rose over you. Archangel Michael watches over you. And I'll pray for everyone to be safe. This time of year is crazy. I hate it. I love it and I hate it. June is my favorite month. I'm always really sad when it's the solstice because I know that everything's going to change after that. It's going to get hot. The bugs are going to come out. For my son, I have to sign him up for school in July, which I always think is too soon. Just let me be a mom. Let me enjoy my kids and not worry about school. And the reason why I don't like school, I've never liked school. I'm one of those people, I hated school, and my son doesn't like school. My daughter does. But for me, the problem is schools these days are so, like, oh, your son or your daughter, because they had to have IEPs. Um, and I think a lot of the reason is because being very intuitive, I didn't ever, my kids never had to say, hey, mom, can you get me a glass of milk? I would just intuitively know. So my kids were a little bit of like they weren't talking as much as other kids. They were talking, but just not as much as other kids. So they had to have speech therapy and all that stuff. And also, we're just different people. I'm indigo, starseed, all that weird stuff. My son is very intuitive. Anyway, the schools, they make you do these IEPs. And then in the IEP, they say, oh, he's got this problem. We have to fix this. And you're just like, oh my God, they think my kid is awful. And they think I'm an awful parent. If you've ever had to do IEPs, you know what I'm talking about. The hell of IEPs. It was just awful. So when it's July, my kids, I have to sign them up for school, and all I can think is, oh no. All year long, the phone calls, the emails from the teachers, and it's for their better good. But as a parent, I just want to hang out with my kids and love them. See, I'm a free spirit. I think that John's mom, Julia, if I was her, I don't know completely if I was her, but I think she was like that too. She was a free spirit and she didn't want to have to deal with all that crap either. Just let us all be free spirits. That's why when the pandemic happened, as awful as it was, I got to be with my kids a crap ton of time. And man, can I tell you that I was so happy? I remember it was like summer for 6 months. To just hang out with my kids, and we got to look at lightning bugs and talk and laugh. See, that's the thing. My kids and I have always laughed together. So, and yeah, and I have memories of, because they're like teenagers. So, but when they were little, I remember there's times when they were little, and I would drive them to school, and they were in a bad mood, and I would just magically come up with a joke. And they would laugh and laugh. And then so I would drop them off to school and they would be in a good mood. And I would think, how did I do that? How did I make my two miserable kids laugh like that before? And that made me happy as a mom. Yeah, whatever. I'm rambling. So my point being, I love June. I don't like July because that's when the school starts taking your kids away. Like Pink Floyd, The Wall, all that stuff, the institution of school, and they take your kids away from you. I just want to be home with my kids. And do I sound like a bad parent? I probably do. Well, anyway, love you guys. Thanks for being here. Another rambling Amy video of anything goes. I'll talk about anything and everything. So I wish you well. I'll probably be back tomorrow. I don't know. I might be. It might not be. Can't think of anything. So take care, and I love you. And yeah, talk later. Bye.